Hi, ladies and gentlemen. This is Eddie Marcus here again. Early this morning. Well, I'll be. I just will be. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be. You know, I was. I want to share something with you. I was doing some things, I guess, interesting, and like always, I'm thinking about us. And something hit me, and it was so demanding until I stopped. And I'm coming here to share it with you. Oftentimes, we know in our lifespan, we've heard people talk about heaven and what it's all about. And we have different understandings based upon where we come from, what we've been exposed to. And in America, they say each of these are to be respected. And I totally agree, except to this. When the sun comes out, it shines. You can't hide it. Or when it tries to, when a cloud comes over trying to hide it, it just ain't gonna do it. Something's gonna always indicate that there is a sun that's shining until maybe the time comes for the sun not to shine. And if it's not shining, doesn't mean that it's not shining here, or it doesn't mean that it's not shining there. It just means that the sun is shining, and it never stops shining. Never stops shining. Never stop shining. So what I'm basically saying is this. People who are in heaven, now this is just my understanding, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know whether a spirit was trying to guide me to accept this or for me to take this and then share with you, trying to convince you of this. I don't know. All I know is this. This is what is me. This is what I have become a real to. And I'm sharing it with you. Anybody that's in heaven is there because they want to be there. They choose to be in heaven. Choice. They choose to be in heaven. And why? They want the best. Why? In heaven is the best. And what does that mean? That means that their needs are met. All of their needs are met. In heaven, their needs are met. In heaven, their wants are met. In heaven, their desires are met. They don't, my friends, dream of the dream. They live the dream. My. Now, because of this attitude and because of the entitlement they feel, it is evident by that same expression throughout the land for all people. This is what heaven is like. And anybody living in a situation like that will not accept anybody. They won't accept it for themselves. They won't accept anything less than this type of living. This is what heaven is about. And anything that try to come against that will have no, my friends, no, would have no success. Because to this degree, these will definitely lay down their lives before they give in to the other choice. So the message that I get from that is that I mean, this is my experience in living in this life. People always talk about heaven. And based upon what they talk about that will qualify you to go to heaven, being a good person, blah, 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 that we think around here just because people lived a life when they were wild and young like people do. We think just because as they grow old, we hope they mature and change a little bit. And by the time they get old, they start going to church a lot. And then even maybe started even earlier, being deacons and stuff in church. And they don't really go out and get in trouble that'll break the law. Now they just like everybody else about life, but they don't go break the law. And then they die, and everybody just assume that they up there in heaven. And it tells me that we do these things because this is basically traditional. This is the way of life traditionally, whether you come from the slaves or whether you come from the slave masters. This is the choice. We are responding to the choices that have been made for us. But we all are given choice. We're all given choice. And people who believe something spread information that never frees you from that which binds you. And those who know the truth will stand up and tell you the truth and walk according to the truth, and they're usually killed, which is evidence that they are on the right path, which is evidence that they would rather be out of here than to be here, leaving you and all of us like this. And in order to be here, they have to bend their knee and be somewhat like this just to be here. No, that ain't happening. Not for a person who wants to be in heaven. Because that person knows that if any one person can be denied freedom, if they can be denied peace, if they can be denied prosperity, if they can be denied joy, then they can themselves. So you have to protect that by making that something that cannot happen, not only for you, but it can't happen for anybody. That's on the path to heavenliness. That's what I'm telling you about, ladies and gentlemen. I talked to you about thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. When I start talking to you about changing our system of laws so that everybody got food, clothing, shelter, education, health care, and all that kind of stuff, that they got whatever man can create, whatever they want to when used at their liberty because it is made in abundance, no one would be denied. That this is the way God, the spirit we can't see, and mankind understanding God working together in the cooperation with God creates heaven on earth. And that anything, Putin them over there killing, or somebody trying to lie and take over governments and poverty and crime and violence, ain't nothing but hell. And the people who talking to you about God don't know God. These are people who believe what they have read in the book to a certain degree. They don't even believe it to 100%, but they believe it to a certain degree. And we all know what beliefs are like. You can believe your wife love you. You can believe your husband love you. You can bet your last money they married you for some other reason other than love. Anyway, I wanted to share this with you. I just wanted to share that those who are in heaven are there by choice. And they got the evidence following. They got the evidence following. They were so magnificent, standing up for heaven, standing up for what was right, standing up for what was justice. They didn't pick up guns. They didn't go out lying and cheating, trying to get power. They didn't go out stealing, causing racism and hatred, trying to split up. They didn't do that trying to get power. They just stood up for what was right. And that's all. And this is what got them to heaven. That was by choice. All this other stuff we doing, nothing but game, nothing but gaming. Now, how the true God is going to deal with this, I have no idea. I'm not going to say you're going straight to hell, because all I tell you right now, we're already living in hell. To me, this is hell. And this is why I'm trying to tell you what this is all about. And you're talking about, I don't care about nobody killing me. I mean, what else can happen to me, please? What can happen to me? Die of old age, cancer, so stupid stuff like that? Hell no. If you're going to die, die for something. And be a lover. I want to thank you so very much, ladies and gentlemen, for giving me this your time. Until next, this is Eddie Marcus saying goodbye for now.